All right. Wait, no, I'm forgetting something already. Uh, yeah. Put some music. I'm like, why is it so quiet here today? I don't want no ads. Hold on, give me a second to skip this ad real quick. There we go. All right. All right then, guys. Welcome to another live stream here today. If you guys are watching this in the future, welcome to watching the video here of my live stream. This is my second time going live. Hold on, it's a little bit too loud. Let's get in a little bit. All right, there we go, much better. Yeah, it's my second live stream, and today I'm just gonna continue working on bugs. I wasn't planning on going live today. It just happened out of nowhere, and I was like, I woke up today, I was like, I was gonna fix some bugs today, and like, why not live stream today? And if some people show up, great. If not, then it's cool. At least something that you guys can watch later on today. But yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. This is JoJo Dev channel, where I work on demos and projects. And this is my first indie game that I'm working on. That I have planning on releasing in the future. So I'm working on that right now, and that's where we at. That is where we at here today. Cool. So in the last stream I had some technical difficulties on figuring out how to sign into my Trello board, and I figured it out is because I was signed into a different email. Let's go through the Trello board real quick and figure out what we need to do here today. It's been a long time since I even updated this, and I just being constantly focused every time I'm working on, and also I'm busy with my other stuff that I have to do, so I'm not always able to work on this. But when I'm able to, I just go in and start diving into bugs. So I haven't really tried to fix stuff in here, so I like to do that in this stream and figure out if any updates that I can make in here. So I would like to go through this bug list that I have in here, and we'll test it. So we have something here says adding and removing items to inventory. So look out for cases where if adding an item to an inventory that is full, which we've seen in a live stream. So for this one, it's technically already fixed. Changing an item from a different inventory slot to another inventory that is full, that is also fixed. And that is, we can test it real quick. Actually, can I test it? Yeah, I think my fishing rod should be able to do it. So by that I mean, because I'm my main inventory, right? When you have your, you can swap off stuff from your main hotbar, but I do have another inventory for fishing items only. So if I were to transfer items back to my inventory, or yeah, if I was able to transfer items from my fishing inventory to my main inventory that is full, it should not actually go through with it, and it should revert back to normal and revert back to where it came from. So that's what that one is talking about. Avoid removing items where it came from if it didn't succeed on adding it to the other inventory. Yeah, so instead of removing them, it should just revert it back to where it came from. So these two go back, and we can test that and see if that is fixed. Let's test it real quick. Let's get in the game and double check that it's actually fixed before actually saying that it's fixed. A lot of things has happened since then, so I don't know if it's actually fixed or not. All right, let me hydrate real quick. All right, let's load into the game. Let's get in there. All right, so since the last video, you noticed some changes in here already, as you can highlight over items that the mouse is over. I'm still unsure if this is something that I want, but I thought it was actually pretty cool to have something like that. But anyways, let's not diverge. So as you can see, my items are full, and there's nothing else that can fit in here. Let's make that bigger. So let's go to, so I have my fishing rod selected and go to my configuration. Oh, but no, that actually won't work. Would it? Would I be? This is a tackle box. That's a different inventory. No, that would not work because this is a separate inventory from your tackle box. That's true. No, I was thinking wrong. That there's no cases right now that will work right now, where I could test two different inventories and try to add it to my main inventory and see if it can be added or not. Only ones I can test it on is the ones that are in here in the world, like this seed pack in here. Even though I'm trying to interact and pick it up, I can't because it's full. So I can drop something real quick. Hopefully it didn't drop in the top of it. It kind of did. So let's grab that that's going here. Now I'm able to pick it up and it's in here. So let's go back to the Trello board. Okay, so if adding an item to the inventory that is full, so yeah, so I can't do nothing about it. So that is fixed. Changing an item from a different inventory slot to another inventory that is full. There's actually no way to test it right now. I think I was just thinking about it ahead of time if I were able to have this. So I'm assuming and say that this is technically completed. And if I do have this bug again in the future, I'll just re-add it back. Do I have any section for resolved bugs? All right, let's go add one right here. Let's call it resolved, and let's move it to the front. Oh, so we'll have it here. Should I have it here? I don't know. Well, I'll move it over here. So the other one is can till soil under cliffs. I don't know why I closed this. So let's test that out real quick. So you can see we have fixed that problem. Let's see if we have fixed this problemo. Alright, so let's go on top. There's cliffs on the top here. So let's go to the top. So just to double check, I'm able to till. Bam. So the question is, can I do that under a cliff? And nowhere. If I even able to click in the corner, it doesn't work. But if I click here, which is right next to it, I should be able to do the ones that are next to it. No problems, right? But I cannot tilt. Well, maybe I. Oh, okay, there we go. It was green for a second, but I'm not able to do that. Is it because of where I'm selected at, or it turns green for a second and then it's gone? Interesting. And it stays yet red. So I gotta fix that bug, because when I click on something, I should be able to change it, right? I gotta figure out why this is green to begin with. I should not be able to go through here and click that selection here. That's possibly a bug. But other than that, I cannot tilt under soil, under a cliff, I mean. So that's technically fixed. Let's go back to here. So technically this is also fixed. I will add that bug here about being able to travel. No, I need to add another bug. So you can click under a corner of a cliff. You can click under a corner of a cliff and the player will traverse to the destination. So that's what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna put it here. Even though the player moves, how can I word this? Even though the player can move, even though the player moves, and stops next to a cliff, I still should handle the key. I should still check that I shouldn't be able to click under a cliff. Corner. Let's make sure. Just making sure that it's corner. I don't get confused later on. All right. So we moved that over. So let's see what this one says. If another character NPC besides the player enters the interaction region, the player can interact with it even though the player is not near it. Yes, I've seen that. I haven't tested NPCs yet, so I'm gonna skip this for now and let's keep going because I have not tested them yet. Fish from the outer world can be seen inside the cave when zooming out of camera. I know I fixed this, but I would love to double check on it. But I can't really check on it right now just because fish is disabled because of that bug that I was having in my last stream. I still haven't really looked into it yet. And I don't want those messages being spammed. You know what? We can do it. It's fine. I just want to make sure that it's not in there anymore. So let me re-enable the fish again. So just expect that it's going to be lagging for some frames, just due to that issue that I'm having. But let's just make sure the bug is fixed. All right, it's not there. Let me see. There's a couple of functions I need to look at this. So update fish spawns. I don't know if I commented anything here. Yeah, there we go. All right. And the other one, I don't know if I added something to that function. And pond tiles. Yeah, that should be good. So it was just that. Is it running? Nope. Let's build it, and then we'll test this. But it's just expect it to lag for a second. All right. It is done building. Actually, hold on. I think there was a bug on this too, where my dungeon entrances were not working. Yes, it's lagging. Oh, you know what? Does it have to be dungeons though? I did say dungeons, but I didn't have these houses before. Hold on, let me go to my Trello board real quick. Technically it's the same thing because they're both transitioning to a new scene, and that's what the dungeon is doing. And it's technically the same. Let me see if fish spawned. I can see it go crazy. Not seeing anything right. Oh, you know what? It doesn't spawn them. Yeah, okay, never mind. That will not work. It's having an issue on spawning them for whatever reason, and it's due to that bug that I'm talking about. So I will take care and look at that bug some other time, because it requires a little bit more time to look into, and I don't want to use the entire stream for that for the time being. So let's change it. If there's time later after all of this stuff and there's nothing else to do, I will definitely do it. We can dive in deep and see if we are able to do it. But yeah, I'll come back to that. Player does action, example, axe or pick as when it can't reach a destination. Oh, yeah, I technically pretty sure fixed that already. And no, anywhere I click on, oh, actually, you know what? No, let's test it out a little bit. There has been some instances where the player does the action and nothing happens because he's never near it. Let me read that again. There's some stuff in here. Player does action, for example, axe or pickaxe, when it can't reach a destination upon click. Yeah. So if I were to click on, got it. Yeah, but there's no instances where, trying to figure out an instance where I can. Well, you know what? I can. There is an instance here. See here? So you can see the tile turning red because I can't reach it. I forgot to build my game, so now it's gonna keep lagging right now. So if I were to do the scythe and I clicked on this, yep, see, nothing happens. There we go. So that was the bug that I was talking about. But if I were to click on one that's nearby, that would work. Cool. Let me rebuild that again because I don't want to be messing with that bug right now. Spamming my logs like crazy. All right, so this is fixed. Label screen and move it over. Items dropped in world are not saved. Actually, it is saved now. You saw the seed pack in there, so I definitely can say that this is fixed. We just saw the seed pack in the ground, and that's where I saved it last time. So that is working out. Crash when game is closed. That does happen, and it's hard to debug it right now and figure out why that is happening. Though when I upgraded the project to the new version, I did not have this issue. So it happens after a certain amount of time, and I don't know where exactly is the issue with that. I tried debugging it and opening it and checking the call stack for it, and it's nowhere within my code where it's happening because of me. I think it's happening because of Godot over certain action that I did. So somewhere in their code is crashing on me, but it happens when it closes the game. Either when the game's closed, but also I've seen it with game or editor close. I don't know if it should be R. Crash when game or editor are closed or is closed. Because technically it's just, I don't know if it's single or not. But you know, I'll let you guys decide on that. So I can't do that right now. So I'm gonna put that to the top where I can't do it just yet. It requires a little bit more thought to figure out exactly, because it's not because of me, I think. So effective environments not updated when scene loaded. For example, shop trees. Okay, so I did technically fix this, but right now that I added villages into the scene, so I added my farm and added the villages into the actual outer world. Those don't take account for any changes you make into those right now. So technically this is still a bug, even though I kind of fixed it before. So I'm gonna leave this here. I know it's still happening for the main villages. I just have to take account for it. I do have a bug down below where I set the same thing. So it's saying area colliders such as doors and trees are getting removed when entering a new level chunk. Yes, I think I've seen this. So this bug is still happening. I haven't seen it on trees though. It's just doors or cave entrances. Oh, actually, you know what? No, it's just talking about colliders. So if I were to change to a new level chunk, for whatever reason, the area colliders will be removed, and I'm not able to enter them. That's what it's saying. I was thinking of something else. Okay, so when I enter a new level chunk, we'll test it out right now. Should theoretically be fixed already. I remember fixing it, but let's double check that it's still fixed. And I can show you guys what I mean by level shrunk. So my world is technically, not technically, but it is procedurally generated. But I don't want to render the entire world. Sorry about that. I hit my mic. I don't want to generate the entire world, otherwise that's gonna lag. So I load it by chunks instead. And I can zoom out right now and show you guys what that actually looks like. So if I zoom up all the way, you can see it is divided by 9 grids or chunks. So one in the top left corner, one in the top center, one in the top right, one in center left, one in center, one in the center right. Then there's bottom left, bottom center, and bottom right. So 9 chunks. So if I were to go to the right now, you will see this being loaded as soon as I get to the next level chunk. Hold on. See, now I loaded the next chunk. So every time I go into another chunk like that, the area colliders or the entrances ended up disappearing, and I'm not able to go in there. So that's what it is talking about right now. So let me see if I can find a door. No, I don't think. I think that's a bug that I need to look into. So technically, I should not be able to go in here because that level chunk happened. So if I go in here, okay, so it does work. And I'm able to go inside, do whatever I gotta do. I gotta add some colliders to this stuff. Yeah, I haven't added colliders yet. But hey, this is my cozy little farmhouse at the moment. It's not final though. I'm still fixing it. I just want to have that just for now. And I'm able to come back outside again. And cool. So theoretically, that is technically fixed. Alright. Let's check my Trello board. Go back to the Trello board. And I'm assuming that that is actually pretty good too already. So let's make that green as is fixed and move that over. Hard to pick up multiple items nearby. Yeah, that's another issue that I have, where there's a lot of items within next to each other and you're trying to pick them up, it is kind of difficult to pick them up. Just because, let's say, yeah, I had a seed pack and right next to it is, you know, let's say a banana or whatever, and I wanted to pick up that banana but it doesn't pick it up. So I'm wondering, and what kind of some fixes for that would be to bring up another UI and be able to drag any nearby items into your own inventory so you're able to pick it up yourself, right? That's possible a solution for it. But I know this bug is still there, so I'm gonna leave it here. Trees, rocks, and grass you remove comes back if you go into your house and then come back. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about affected environments. Wonder, can I actually tag this one here? No, huh? So these two correlate with each other. Wait, is that... Oh, I didn't know that. That's something new. I don't have to mark it green anymore. Ooh, that's cool. Either it was always there or I never realized it. Interesting. Oh, well, hey, I'm learning some stuff, you know? Alright, so these two are correlated with each other. I wish... Is there a way to tag, say, hey, this one goes with this one? I don't want to archive. I don't want to make copy. Move. What does move mean? I mean... Oh, no, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean to move it over. There's still a bug. I guess not. So, you know what? I'm gonna delete this one. Because this is, where is it at? There you go. Did I move it all the way to the bottom? Yeah. So... affected environments is the same as this one. And affected environments, I mean by trees, rocks, and grass, and anything that you affect in the world are is considered to be part of this. So I'm gonna remove this one or archive it, I guess. Let's archive that. Cool. So that's it. Then we go to the next bug. So daytime does not set up for a new day. So if you get in a game and it's rainy, it will stay raining. Yep, that is the bug that I need to look into. Trees on top of a cliff, on top of cliffs, doesn't have a correct Z value. Okay, that is still happening. Upon reaching midnight, it reads 12 p.m. and it will read it will read p.m. all the way to 12:50 until it reads 1, and then it changes p.m. to a.m. So I need to change this so it reads a.m. instead of p.m. Okay. Dungeon entrances are removed when in the outer world. Yeah, for whatever reason, I think probably in the wrong Z value or something. I'm gonna have to double check that. Player hair disappears when doing actions. Yes, that is happening. It's so funny. Yeah, but that's a simple, easy fix. Houses need to be on a different tile layer of its own with Y sort enabled. Yes, so I need to have Y sort enabled because for these, this is not in a Y sort location yet. So if I were to go behind it, the player will be on top of it. You see that? And I shouldn't be on top of my house like that. So I need to create its own layer, tile layer for it so that I can do Y sort on it. I need to go back to my Trello board. Where was I? So Y sort error logs are being spammed for fish spawns. Yes, that's something that I need to do. It is disabled right now. You can click under a corner of. Okay, I just added that. So, okay, so I went to all my bugs. This is currently all the bugs that I have in the game, but I can fix them today. We can go through this one first. So daytime that's not set up for a new day. So if you get in a game and it's raining, it will stay raining. Got it. All right. So one way to fix that is, okay, so I got a listener or a signal that I'm listening into when it comes to my time manager. So every time in my update of my time manager, it updates to a certain time per minute. I believe for every 10 minutes that I'm increasing it by. Let me double check. Yeah, so every 10 minutes it will go through this if statement, update the time, and then emit a signal on time change. And my day-night cycle is actually listening to that, I believe. Yeah, so my day manager is listening to that on time change event or signal. So what I gotta do in here is find a way to update my current daytime right now inside here on the time change function. So after doing this, I'm only updating the color, so changing it from day to night, but I'm not updating it so that any day has come in or not. So let's see. I can do go into here real quick. I want the actual class. I guess not. Okay. So what I want to do here is be able to determine the weather again. Yeah, I need to get the seed, huh? In order to get the seed, I know I'm calling that game manager determine what is it called? Determine weather. I'm calling here by world seed. I think I'll probably end up saving this if I do need it for later time because I am using it to determine the weather, and I would like to use the same seed again. Question is, do I want it to have a getter function for it? Do I want a getter function for it? Because my game manager, it is a singleton, so I'm able to actually access it. Or can I create a function here in a game manager that will get called in day-night cycle? And on that on time change function, before it does anything else, oh no, I can do it before calling determine weather. Well, I don't know, what am I doing here? Yeah, so in here I have to determine if it's a brand new day, right? So once it's a brand new day, I will call a function from game manager that will then update the weather for me. Or can I do the weather here? Questions. On debating if I should use determine weather, call this function inside day-night cycle. I mean, it's part of day-night stuff, right? Or it's part of day stuff, so it will make sense to put it in here and not have game manager doing all that. But game manager, it is game manager. It handles game stuff, and my game manager has or knows about this world seed, so I can actually get it myself if I wanted to, though. I can call this function since it's called to get the world seed. I can actually call that same function here since my game manager is an instant, but I don't want to be calling that and have multiple references to my world seed everywhere. I'm just deciding which option should I go with. I think I'll probably just keep it with game manager and just because I don't want to be able to grab the world. I mean, this is also a getter function though. Should I create another getter function even though it already has it? Or I can do what I can do. Yeah, I can do that instead. Let's do that. So we'll create. We'll create a N64 and say get world seed. Let's create that, and then here I guess I can just do that and return the world seed, right? Oops, I meant to return it, not. Is it because of const? Yeah. Oh no, it's. Or is it just? I'm assuming it's just a Visual Studio issue here. I think. Maybe I'll remove the const. Yep, that was it. All right, so let's go back to the top again, where I got that world seed from. So we gotta determine weather. So instead of doing this multiple times, you just call get world seed here. Right? Oh wait, I need the UN64 world seed. Whoopsies. Yeah. And 64. So now we have the world seed, and now that we have that, I'm able to call that in here. And let's include my my game manager. All right, so in here, I need to determine if it's a brand new day, right? I'm assuming that this returns 1 through 12, right? Or 24 or whatever. We've got a current hour. So I have to keep track if the new day has come already. Current hour. It's all like, let's just start typing it. So current hour, I know I want my current hour to be greater than 6, right? Or equal. At 6 a.m. is where I wanted to determine the day of what this day is going to be, and determine the weather for that day. But the problem, I need to be able to keep track of it, so I only need it to go here once. I only need it to go here once. That's a float. I don't have to say greater, I can say equals 6 because it's an int, so I should be fine. So I need it, so if the current hour is 6, that means it's 6 a.m. and minutes equals 0. The question is, since this stays, I wonder if I should probably get seconds as well. I mean, I could put a boolean in here and say, hey, have I gone through here? And if I have, then don't do this again. That's already determined my weather. And if I do that, I need to figure out a way to revert it back to normal. If it has to turn, yeah, we can do that. That will work. Bool m has determined weather, and as long as I haven't yet, I also want to say if I come here for the first time, like I open the game or whatever, I don't want it to happen twice. So I'm gonna have to do this thing in here. Alright, I'm gonna have to do it in here and say if my current hour is greater than 6, then we don't want to do it. It's greater than 6. Right, if it's greater than 6, I already have determined the weather and I don't really need to do it again because the game will actually done it already when I first load in the game. I don't really need to do that again. If it ever does, let's say for whatever reason I loaded in the game exactly at 6 a.m. I don't need to do this again because the game already did it. That's the point for that. So in here I want to see if this is true, right? At least my thought process here. I'm still debating if this is correct or not, and one way to find out is to test it. But I want to go in here and say game manager get get world seed. I actually need the world seed here. N64 T world seed, and then I want to use the game manager to determine the weather. World seed. And then after it determines the weather, I need to call this function here, init, to reinitialize everything. Actually, I found a bug right now. It should be. It has to determine weather. Got it. Never mind. That's true. But if I called it in here, I did it true. Yeah. Cool. So this is technically what I want to do. As of right now, I want this to happen fast because I don't want to be waiting until the next day. So we'll increase how fast my time comes right now. So increase it every second. Every second we're updating the time by 30 minutes every second. So we'll try that out and see if it actually changes the world right now. As always, don't expect it to work, but we'll figure it out. Only thing I'm worried about is this part here. So I definitely would like to debug that. Actually, you know, yeah. Oh wait, it's accident denied. That's because it's playing. So let's run that back. I'm building it up again. Okay, let's go in here. All right, now that it's built, let's attach debugger to it. Oops. Let's attach the debugger. Attached process. This one here. We'll attach it. And let's oh, okay. Alright. Load game. We should see the time going crazy or fast if I did it correctly. Yeah, so it's switching up like crazy right now. So right now it's going out 17. which makes sense, right? 5 p.m. is 17 a military time. Does that make sense? We'll put the breakpoint there right before it changes to 6 a.m. So once it's 5:30, we'll do it, and then come in here. It should be 6. 6, that's right. Oh, and 360 minutes. Okay, so that won't work. Why is this there? Why is it 360? I mean, do we even need to have? Okay. All right. Let's stop the debugger for now. So for the total minutes, why is current minutes 360? What does this return? So it returns current minutes, or the minutes that I have currently. Go to time manager. The current minutes increment. Do I need to set this back to 0? Is that necessary? I think it would just mess up my entire time, wouldn't it? I think this is just per hour. Yeah, I think that's just, hold on. But I mean, it seems like everything's working like it should though. Let's see, it was 360. I mean, that makes sense. 360 divided by 6. So the time has elapsed to 6 hours. If you divided the 360 minutes by 6. 60 minutes. Because that's an hour, right? The 360 divided by 60. That makes sense because it's 6 a.m. And now with that, the question is that I need to reset it, don't I? And I want to know why I don't reset it. Is there a reason why I don't? I mean, it should be reset it here. So after it reaches the minimum hour, which is 60, I should have reset it in here. So why didn't do it? Your current minutes. Increases by 30 minutes. If 20 minutes increases by 30 minutes, and every time it goes above 60, which is the second time, why doesn't it reset it? Minute to hour, which is 60 here, or it was a minute to hour. But it should have reset it. I ain't tripping though, right? It did say 360 when I debugged it. Shouldn't even be that high. On dysfunction here. Alright, well, one way to do it is to put a breakpoint here and see if it's even actually going in there right now. It's still running, so I can just attach that process to it. I can reattach it. And it's coming back here. And it's 1410 for whatever reason. So whatever's happening, it's not. Oh. Why can I execute this code? Interesting. Interesante. But I can go here if I wanted to. And then what happens if I step in? Nothing happens. But my current time is still... See, it says 0 this time. That is so weird. Hold on. Let's go to day-night cycle. And I should come back up here again. Unless I'm getting the wrong minutes, actually. I'm using total minutes. Oh my gosh. There we go, guys. This is what I'm talking about here. La 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 la. It should be current minutes, not. Ay 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 ay. Let's build that. Oh jeez. Alright. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Alright, let's debug that again. Attach it, I mean. Oh no, what happened now? I got a crash. Crash when running the game. Well, let's debug that. I want to know what happened. What happened, y'all? Tell me. What did it crash on? Time changed? Why did this crash? Oh, maybe because it doesn't know what world seed is. Because it's right beginning of the game. Why didn't this crash on me before? Oh yeah, here we go. Alright, I know what to do. Can you cancel? Okay. So what we can do, we can just say has method, right? Actually, I don't even need an else here. I want to do this here, otherwise return -1. Get world seed, okay. And if it has method here. That's crazy they called it so fast. I could probably ignore it the first time or something. Actually, what I want to do about that time color, this is used here to determine the value, total minutes as well. So what I can do is say, if it's not ignoring color, maybe I was using it for debug for whatever reason. I just don't want to back up like crazy like this. Unless, you know what? Unless I'm in a dungeon. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's true. When you're inside the dungeon, the weather doesn't happen at all. But do I want the weather to change if I stay inside? Do I want it to still determine the weather? How does that work? That's actually a good thing to think about. If I were inside the dungeon and I stay there till 6 AM for whatever reason, and it's the time that it's about to change, it's a brand new day, right? And it needs to determine the weather. Does it work? So what? That's something that I gotta think about as well. So this is the function that gets called every time when I enter a new scene. I check to see if I have tile maps, and if I do, I go through here I get the seed. If it's a dungeon map, it would go here. But if I were to go outside, yeah, I determine the weather again. So it should be fine. There'll be a problem if I were to ignore it inside dungeons or inside a different scene, because if I were to go to the outer world, it should already determine it in here. Yeah, should be fine. So I should be able to do this or do what I had before and it will still work. Yeah, I'll probably just leave it like that. Because I'm in a dungeon, I'm probably initializing it when I don't need to. And I don't want to do that. So let's revert it back. Alright. Let's build it again. I don't know if I did. We'll jump back in. Alrighty. Let's see if it still crashes this time. Nope, it probably crashed again. I thought that was gonna fix it. Let's debug that and go in there again. Figure out why. Okay, so anything call related does not work then. It's having an issue of getting this call method in there. Only question I have is why I didn't have this bug earlier when I tested it. Or maybe this is the first time I'm doing it. I got two ways to, but let me see if one way will work first. So let's go to the script of Game Manager then. Let's go to Game Manager and let's see what the function looks like of get world seeding here. There we go. Get world seed. The game otherwise returns empty. That shouldn't be a problem though. There shouldn't be any issues there. Let me look at my terminal if any issues. I do not see any issues there. Nothing, no issues in my terminal. It says I'm binding these two twice, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But other than that, nothing relevant. Okay. So the only other thing I could think about is where's my day night cycle? Where's my here? It's not the call. Oh, you know why? That's why. That's why you don't do that. It's having a it's calling the same function again on time change, and this one's calls init, and inside init calls on time changed. Fun. That's why it's crashing on me, not because of the other thing. It's just exploding my call stack there. Okay. So I commented out the other one. The question is, yeah, I shouldn't be needing to do that at all. Yeah, let's see if there's any issues that come along that, because I was calling here at least once, but we'll see. We'll keep that in mind. Alright. So that was the bug. So let's undo this. I don't really need this if thing because I thought that was the issue. Alright, let's build it. Is my game running right now? Nope. Alright, let's get back in here. Wait, did that work though? Usually my editor hangs up after. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so let's run it again. There we go. Back to normal. Alright, let's attach my editor. Once again. Let's attach. Select this. Attach. I don't need this. Don't mind it. Let's go into game. Load it in. Let's go into my editor once again. Day-night cycle. So I want this to happen here. Once it reaches 5:30 a.m. There we go. So it should be 6:0. Let's go. So it should determine my weather right now and do whatever it has to do. So this already determined it, so it should never come back here again. Even though yeah, I think it's just a debugger issue here. And I want to make sure it turns it back to false. Yeah, so it's not calling the other one at all. Okay, I'm just double checking. It looked like it was going in there for whatever reason. Okay. Just debugging right now. Wait, is there the only thing I'm kind of worried about is that this is still true. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a bug. That's one thing I was thinking about when I did this. So the only way I can do that is probably doing else here. And say, hey, once it reaches this, instead of doing that in here, like I thought, is to do it in here instead. And using this hour instead of using the callback, the getter function for it. Okay. I think it should be fine. I don't think it's ever gonna go back inside of here again. Let's try it out. I mean, I don't even need this boolean anymore, because by the time the other things changes, I should be either at 6 with 30 seconds, or you know what? I mean, I don't even need it. Let's find out. I'm tripping here. I was thinking this was being called multiple times, and I might not even need that boolean in there. Hey, that's good. Okay. So let's build it. I will want to reattach it back. attach that bad boy. And let's see. The moment it hits in there, I will know. So we'll just chill. And let the day progress. All right, so we finally hit it, and now he comes in here. So now when the next time he comes in here, I should be at 30 and we'll never ever go back in here, which is great. And double checking, because that kind of confuses me every single time, and checking if it actually goes in there. Yeah, so it's not going there. Sweet. We are golden, guys. We are golden. All right, let me just double check that it's going back in there again. Tuesday the 16th. Cool. So now we're back in here again, running it. Let's double check the init one more time. Let's go through the function. So we have to set the color. Yeah, fog, disable it, disable fog, enable the other fog, that's the outer world fog, and disable the dungeon fog. Get the weather. Determines the weather. I did call determine weather, right? I call determine weather first, and then it does this. So this is just basically grabs the data from this type and then checks against it. If it's raining, do all the stuff you need to do. Okay, what I wanted to look into though, oh, you know what, I probably had to clear the weather. You know what, yeah, I need to clear it and then do what I want to do. Got it. Okay, because in here I get the current day and determines if it's spring and all that kind of stuff in here. Okay. Got it. So what I want to do is to clear the flags of the weather, because it's going to get reinitialized in here. Clear weather flags, and then call determine weather. So that way, if I don't clear it, if it's raining, it always can keep raining regardless if I don't clear it. So I gotta make sure I clear the flags for it. Cool. Well, let's run it back. Let's run it back. There is one bug that I need to look into, but I'll probably do it after. Right now it's raining. Will the next day be raining? Or how many days after will it continue raining? Yeah, so it's for this day, it's still theoretically raining. I don't know if it's always gonna be raining. I still need to come up with the formula how to determine the weather per day. So this may not, it's not where I want it to be at the moment, but I don't know if it changes from raining to a regular day that it's not raining, or to windy days. I think it just determines if it's spring or not. Alright, it's coming up again. Bam. Okay, so it's still raining this day. The only thing I want to fix, since we're here, is to fix why when it reaches midnight, it is still PM. So it determines PM if it's greater than 12, so that makes sense. Because it's greater than 12, right? But we'll see what it is right now. What number is it when it's 12? Oh, I don't have it attached. Great. Great. That's perfect. That is perfecto, guys. Ay, 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 ay. Alright, so it's still raining the third day. Alright, so we'll have to wait for it to loop back again. I just think the current hour ends up being 24, I believe. Yeah. So once it reaches 24... Okay, it's 1 right now. Okay. I actually close it. I didn't want to close it. I want to see if it was still going to rain or not. Okay. Well, anyways, another thing I can do here is making sure that it's less than 24. And that should fix that problem. Cool. Let's run it one more time. Hopefully one more time. We'll test out that, and then we'll test out the determining weather part of this and figure out if it's working like it should. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's only if it's spring. So if it's spring, it's always going to be raining majority of the time. And because I'm using the same seed and setting it to this value, that means it is 90, almost 80 something percent that it's going to be raining all the time. And then a random chance. Oh, no, not 80. What am I talking about? I'm tripping. I have almost 18% chance it's gonna rain, but it happens all the time. Yeah, but like I said, I gotta fix this format. I don't like this one. Or I want it to be something different, basically. I was just messing with stuff around. Okay. Now let's get in there. Let's reattach it back. I missed that one, huh? I didn't even pay attention. I was looking at my code right now. So after it reaches here, the weather should be cleared out, which is 0. Perfect. And it sets my RNG. That's my current day. It's day 15, which makes sense. Oh, that's right. It is winter time, so it's always going to be. It has 60% chance it's going to rain on this day, which ended up being a rainy day, so that's why it's always raining. So I need to get out of winter in order for me to determine the other weathers, but either way, I need to change that formula anyway. That's something that best suits my needs of what I want it to be. Alright, so right now we're waiting to see once it reaches midnight. Let's still say PM. I missed it earlier, so I didn't get a chance to see it. Okay, AM. Sweet. But should hold on. Did the date change when it was 1 AM or I don't think it changed correctly though, right? The daytime for this? I mean, it's still technically working, but do I care? If I should do that right now or should I do it later? Alright, let's see. Let's see. So update time, it goes in here. Current hour is increased. So it doesn't really update my day until after. Wait, hold on, per day, sorry. An hour per day. I think I have to put a debug line here. So right before it reaches a new day. I am debugging it right now, right? Oh, of course, because it can't go in here, bro. We gotta be kidding me. I don't know why it can't go in this one here. So hour today. If I check this out real quick, it's 24. Actually, you know what? I should probably say equals to it, right? Once it reaches 12, it's technically a new day already. Yeah. That's what I'll need to do. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So in here, I can do if it equals to it. The same thing with the current day. If it reaches 30, I want it to be a brand new month already. And then once it reaches a month to a year, which is 12, once you reach 12, technically not really, it has to be greater than 12 in order for it to be, because I don't want to reach 12 is December. Well, if it's December, the only difference is when it comes to the month. Wait, do I care? You know what? I'll make it so that the 30th I want it to be 30, you know, and then once it reaches 31, which is a brand new day, a brand new month, is where I should change it to. An hour per day. And this is the only one that kind of makes sense. Once it reaches 24, it needs to be a brand new day. So let's build that. Cool. So this should be the last. If it ends up working, this is the last time we're testing that daytime system. And I can come back to it later once I have a better formula for determining the weather types for the day. Alright, so let's wait till it reaches midnight. So once it reaches 12, it should be a brand new day. Let's go. Wait, hey, it missed the it missed the entire 12-hour. Never mind, that's not. It went from 11:30 to 1. So what happened here? Okay. So the question here that I have, there's some conditionals I need to make here. In order for me to make it a brand new day, I need to change the current day, right? But if I change the current day, I change the hour back to 1. What I can do is I can do 2 if statements here. Let's try that out and see how that works. And let's not do that. And only upgrade this to 1 once it's greater than that. The current hour. Right? It just determines how deep I want this to happen. If I want it to happen exactly at midnight, to have that time change. And consider it a brand new day. Oops, sorry. But yeah. Here we go. At 12 a.m. Wait, did they change twice? What date did I start on? Monday, and then they're jumping to Wednesday? Very interesting. I'm pretty sure it started on Monday. I didn't meant for that to happen. Oh, I started on a Sunday. It went from Monday to Wednesday out of nowhere. I skipped basically 2 days. It went straight to Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, and damn. Oh, jeez. I think I know why. Because this is always happening here. I should only be doing this once. You know, one thing I can do is only do this if minutes equals 0. Then it only does it once. Okay. So it only does it once. It doesn't jump from Sunday to Wednesday out of nowhere. Alright, so let's wait till midnight again. Hopefully it stays Monday. And doesn't jump like crazy. Monday. And it still went to Tuesday. Interesting. Okay. I didn't, well, at least it doesn't jump to 2 days. Well, I mean, theoretically, it's still true because I went over this. I mean, I want. I'm wondering if maybe I changed it so that this does first and then that, because once it reaches 1 a.m. it goes back to 1 and it will never come back here again. So you change the ordering on that. Should do it. Alright, let's build this bad boy again. Load the game, let's get it in there. Alright, let's wait till midnight again. And it should stay Monday to 15. And we'll do it one more, just double check. Monday. Alright, stays Monday. And let's double check to see one more round, just to double check that it's working. Okay, everything else is working as it should. And it should be Tuesday the 16th once it reaches midnight. It should stay Tuesday the 16th for that day. And it doesn't skip a day. Tuesday. Cool. That is working like it should. Let's go. Fixed. Fixed. Alright, so let's reduce the amount of time because I don't want it to go that fast. So I want to go back to what it was before, which was 10, and change this back to 7. So we're not going crazy in time like that. It was just for debug purposes only. Cool. So let's go back to my Trello board real quick and let's mark that as complete. So, bam. Complete. Alright, let's move that over. Alright, let's see what else I want to pick. I'll actually fix this one too. So daytime does not set up. So for this one, so I technically fixed two. So for this one here is that it didn't never call to determine the weather every time a new day comes in at 6 a.m. Now I am calling it, but I still need to fix the formula on how it determines if that day should be raining, it should be sunny, or anything like that. I need to fix the formula for that and to something that works for this game. So until then, I will need to add another task for that. But other than that, I did this other one here as well, which was the 12 p.m. to 12:50 is still red 8 p.m. even though it should be a.m. And then I did fix the time change as well. So it doesn't change the time until 1 a.m. but it changes at 12 a.m. instead. So this one's complete too. Killing bugs today. Alright, so the other one that I definitely want to work into is the dungeon entrances are removed when an outer world. So if I were to come back here real quick, and let's run to the top. There should be a couple of dungeon entrances in here. Oops, like I said, it did go through, but the dungeon, the visual of it is not there for whatever reason. So I gotta look into that and figure out why it's not there. Whoa, that's actually pretty cool, coming back outside and it was dark now. Was not expecting it. So I can see that the colliders are still there because I was able to transition to that dungeon, but the actual visual of the dungeon entrance is not there, and I'm assuming it has to do with the C sort of it, or the Z value. So let's look into this. If I recall correctly, hold on, let me turn off the other thing for now. Okay. So if usually my cave entrances visuals are in a different layer because I wanted it to be in front, right? But for whatever reason it's not there, but it is here. So this means that the Z value is different. What is the Z value of this one? The Z index is 1. And this one's okay. It was at 0. So if I come back, it's still not there though. Oh, you know why? I need to sort it as well, because they're in the same layer, and this is in front of it, and that should be fixed, I think. Let's go running in the game real quick. Let's build it. Actually, I don't want that my time to go crazy like that again. So let's build it. Actually, there was one last thing, is that boolean that I added earlier that I don't need anymore. Yeah, I don't need that. Oh, cool. Alright, so let's just build it one more time. Cool. So let's check the dungeons and making sure that it's there. Oh, what happened here? Oh, you know why I turned it off? Wait, you know why was it like that? Why was the splash screen like that? I've never seen that happen before. Why was it going on here? No, it's fine. Why did it go like super slow? Did I... Hold on. Yeah, it shouldn't be doing that. Huh? I never added that. I don't know what that is. What's going on here? I was not doing that before. What did I do to change that? The only thing I changed was this. Time per minute changed to 7. I do a 10-minute interval, and that's it. I didn't do anything else. Very strange. Very strange stuff happening. I did not even touch anything here. Look at my GitHub. Just double checking. I didn't get to do something here. That's nothing that will cause whatever I'm doing right now. Okay. mean, I don't mind the feeding and stuff like that, but why is it so slow? Well, we'll figure that out. That's another bug that we need to look into. That's another bug that we need to look into. We'll figure it out later. Cool. So let's go back out here. All right. So now we should be able to see the dungeon entrances on top, if that is fixed correctly. And yeah, there we go. Let's go, buddy. Yeah, now just technically this guy's just appeared out of nowhere though. I wanted to know why is it doing that. But regardless, the visuals and of it is fixed. So I will say that this is fixed as well. I just like marking it green. Okay. Some of these other stuff that I have here that will take a little bit longer than the time that I have left on the stream here today. So probably will fix that off screen or in my next stream on Monday. Because for the hair, I need to go through all my animations for all the different actions that I have. And I need to add the hair into the animations as well, so he knows when to turn it on and stuff like that. So, and since I have a couple decent amount in there, this is gonna take some time. Houses need to be on a different story later. Will probably be the easiest of all of the other ones that I have left in here. These 4 or 5, I should say. Or maybe this is one of the easiest ones. I just need to create a new alternate ID for it and update those to be, but houses need to be on a different tile later so that I can use sorting on it. So that way I'm not on top of the houses and stuff as you saw earlier. And technically it might be okay, but I gotta fix some code on the as well in order to take account for it. I think I'll just keep playing around with it right now and see if there's any other minor bugs that I see. We'll just play through it right now. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. The time that's left over, we'll just play through it and see if there's any additional bugs that I need to add. Like this one is one for whatever reason. I don't know why. Is it doing that now? Is it because I changed the time? Very interesting. Alright, so let's play through this game. Let's cut some grass and see if we've noticed anything that is out of ordinary here. Besides his hair is disappearing out of nowhere. Actually, I have a question about those resources. Hold on. Where would that be? I think it's in UI manager, right? UI manager or UI toasts, I should say. That actually works better. Oh, this is a level up toast, not my resource toast. Excuse me. Yeah, that's a level up icon. Level 2. Yeah, this is a when you level up your skill, this is what this is gonna show. But it should be another one for resource toast. I'm surprised I don't see it. I thought I created one, but I guess I did not. Or maybe I did, but it's not an actual scene itself. So let's go to UI Manager real quick. Ah, there we go. UI Resource Toast. That's what I was looking for. I thought it would be his own scene, but it's not. Alright, but I was looking at here. I want to make sure that we ignore any mouse stuff in here. Because that gets in the way, so that's ignoring that. It was not doing it to the texture here though. I think it should be ignored for the mouse. Ignore for mouse. Ignore. I should ignore that. Like I don't want any clicks being interrupting my clicks. Basically what I'm talking about. So let's run it back. Alright, so let's try, got some grass still. Let's see if that is still kind of happening right now. Yeah, it feels better now. Now it's not in the way like it was earlier. Let's go. Much better. Ah, look at that. Interesting. But for the most part, it's looking fine. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Alright. Alright, let's destroy some rocks. Making sure that this is actually pretty good. Eh? This is my axe, so I can just chop down this tree. The one thing I gotta fix in this for things that I highlight, right? You can notice that the bottom is turning white, and that's because of the shadow. The shadow is attached to the actual tree. So I mean, we'll need to separate that so it doesn't take account for shadows like that, and for the highlight, I mean. And then by doing that, I can actually have the highlight the tree a little bit better on the edges here. So I will need to do that as well. I mean, I can remove the shadows right now. We can see it. But we'll probably do that on a different time. Either I do it off screen or I will do it my stream on Monday. But so far, not bad. All these fixes that I made some fixes yesterday, and fixing all of this stuff that was happening is crazy. But I was able to fix it. having it, and now it's actually in a pretty good spot. I switched the pickaxe. I think one thing I would like to do, because sometimes I get confused on which ones is what if I'm not really paying attention to them. I know this is the hoe, this is the axe for the trees, this is the pickaxe, then I have the scythe. So let's switch that around. Let's make sure it's on this side instead. You could probably do that with the... But anyway, maybe when I hover or when I click on it, maybe it says the name on top for a brief second. I think that probably would be helpful as well. I don't know if I want to be like on hover and then it says the name like a tooltip. I think just by saying the name on top would probably be better. And maybe down below, down here, if this room, I'll have to check it on mobile. And maybe I'll have like a small description of what this does, just in case. And you say this will be like chop down grass, you know, chop down rocks, trees, or if I want to like do like a hoe. So that's what I would do. But yeah, you know, that's so far not bad. Let's keep chopping trees in here. What's that noise? Is it the music? I give it a couple more minutes to the stream, guys. 5 more minutes or something. Oops, I clicked on top. There we go. Diagonals once too. Okay. So there's still some minor things I gotta do here. So if it's diagonally, it's not gonna work. So I need to I see that the A star. I need to figure this out. That's something that I can add to the Trello board. So if it's diagonally, it will not let me do it, even though it still does the action. Come on, dude. I went straight around it too. Oops, I need knife for that. That's actually very interesting. I didn't notice until now. But if I were to click this with the pickaxe, it shouldn't do anything to it because it doesn't do anything to it. But if I were to do it again, do that, but then change it to the scythe right before he changes to it, he actually does it. Which I never implemented that, but it actually works. That's actually pretty cool. That works perfectly how I want it. Oh, we're clearing the entire section here. Look at that. Clear all this stuff over here. Oh, it's like, why is it not doing anything? That's because it's a rock. Alrighty. Well, I mean, so far, there's just one bug that I noticed as I was doing all of this stuff, and that is if it tiles diagonally, it will not do anything to it. Or there was two, but I fixed one of them, right? The torsos, making it so that some of my mouse clicks didn't work. But other than that, and also this one, but I'm not gonna redo that today. Time is running out. And maybe this too. There's some situations where it decides to go somewhere else when it shouldn't. Maybe that's something I gotta look into. Or maybe I click somewhere else due to the camera moving the way it does. And that'll make me click somewhere else than I wanted it to. So, just some things that I'm thinking about. But not too bad though. Definitely a lot better since the last stream that we were here. And it's looking pretty clean. Cool guys, I think this is about it for this stream. If you guys are watching this in the future in the YouTube, once it's uploaded, thank you guys for watching. We fixed some bugs today. Some pretty decent bugs. But you know, that needed to be done. And we'll continue this next time, guys. I'll be here on Monday. We'll continue working on bugs. Maybe, depending, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. It depends on what I'm doing tomorrow. But usually, for sure, Mondays will be the times that I'll be on, and we can do some bug fixing here. You know, you stay tuned. Maybe I do some other stuff too. I go live stream out of nowhere. You know, it just happens. But anyways, guys, have a great day. And I'll talk to you guys later. Alright? Have a good day.